Hello everyone, this is Koryu from MangaGamer, the translator for Maggot Baits, and today I'd like to talk to you about another one of the core themes behind Maggot Baits, namely the theme of ideals versus reality and how ideals make us human. Throughout Maggot Baits, there is frequent mention and discussion of the fact that many of our social standards, many of our ideals, are all just fiction, that these are lies we tell ourselves and convince ourselves are true in order to avoid facing the cold, harsh brutality of a reality that doesn't give a damn about what we think the world ought to be. Yet, at the same time that Maggot Baits professes these notions that all ideals are empty lies, it also argues that these ideals, this fiction, is what separates humanity from beast. Throughout the title, there are several ideals that are broken, crushed, pursued, or upheld. For example, the Inquisitor Valentinos believes that God has blessed the world with Satan and other adversaries to serve as an outlet for the violence innate to mankind. And in fact, he is able to draw divine power from this belief, this ideal. The main antagonist herself is driven entirely by her pursuit of realizing her ideal image of the world. There is also Brian, a man whose ideals have already been crushed long before the story takes place, and yet the loss of those ideals has affected him greatly and driven him to callous and reprehensible ends that are explored throughout the work. But perhaps most complex of all is the main character himself. Shogo's ideal was justice, and the belief that justice and righteousness could prevail against evil and wrongs. That core belief did much to shape his life and drove him to become a police officer before the start of the story. Yet that ideal is also shattered when the events that set off the tale of Maggot Baits transpire. Stripped of that core belief, he becomes the spirit of vengeance we readers see throughout Maggot Baits, bent on stopping at nothing and using whatever means necessary to exact his selfish revenge. Though many of his actions are inhumane, the work forces us to question whether his ideal is truly gone completely or whether it still continues to drive and shape him in some way. Still, it's all well and good that there are so many examples of how ideals shape a person and form pillars of their core identity as more than mere beasts, but if those ideals are all truly just lies in the end, then what is the point? Why bother with such ideals and humanity in a world that could care less? That is an answer found within Carol. So I hope you'll look forward to discovering that for yourselves when this title releases.